because I'm so nervous. There's absolutely no reason for me to be this nervous. Okay. Hey guys, welcome to another video. So as you can see by the title and just the setup of the video, this is gonna be different. This is gonna be a sit down video, the first of its kind, and I'm so nervous. I don't know why. I don't even know why I'm nervous, because like I'm not like talking to anyone here, like I'm talking to the phone, but I'm so nervous. But yeah guys, this is my get to know me video. If you're a new subscriber, thank you for clicking on this video. I hope you like it enough to stay. And if you're a returning subscriber, you know that all my love goes to you. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, everything. Yeah, and without wasting any more time guys, let's get into this video that's making me so nervous. Okay, I'm gonna take a sip because I'm so nervous. There's absolutely no reason for me to be this nervous. Okay. Okay, so my name is Kalalelo. I'm 25 years old this year, and I have a sibling, my brother, who I'm 12 years older than. So yeah, I want to give you guys like a bit of a background before I go into like the questions and stuff. So yeah, I'm 12 years older than my brother, and like we're at the point where people are asking like who's the oldest, because he's like this tall. He's so tall. He's almost 6 feet guys, and he's only in grade 8. So yeah, I have a mother and a father, obviously. How would I be here? But yes, I have a mother, and she's been a single mother since 2013, because in 2013 that's when my dad passed away, and that was like the first death that was very close to me. You know, like I hadn't experienced people dying in my life up until when my father passed away. So it was traumatic, but the trauma was like you know, like I wasn't traumatized like on set from jump, you know, like the trauma, how do you call it, like it matured, you know, like as I grew up. Honestly speaking, I became more traumatized, because I feel like when my father passed away, when my dad passed away, I didn't really deal with it. Like I was just moving through life as though it didn't happen, you know. For me, that was like the best way to deal with it, because I wasn't very vulnerable. Like I wasn't good at being vulnerable. I'm still not, and I think maybe that's why I'm so nervous making this video, because like I have to be vulnerable, you know. I don't want you guys to like know a version of me that doesn't exist. Yeah, so because I had like issues with vulnerability and all of that, it was so hard to deal with my father's death, like when he passed away, you know. So yeah, and it just manifested itself rather like in other ways that were not very healthy, you know. Fortunately, like after I think a month after my father's death, my mom took me for therapy, but on it, like in my opinion, it wasn't helpful. Maybe it did, I don't know, but it wasn't helpful, because maybe I thought like therapy would fix me, like therapy would make me stop feeling sad and all these things, but instead, like, it made me think even more. I was overthinking. Like, it was just really, really hard, you know. And then shortly after my dad, it was my aunt's passing. Like, after that, all the funerals that came after my dad's funeral just really hit me like a ton of bricks. So yeah, I went in deep. Hey, video but anyway, yeah, that's me. So my childhood, right? My childhood was very colorful. Yeah, like I had a good childhood, I would say. Like, in my opinion, I had a really good childhood. I was the first of everything. My parents' first child, my aunt and uncle's first niece, my grandparents' first grandchild. So everybody was very hands-on with my upbringing. Like, everybody was involved in my growing up, you know. And I was very naughty, guys. Like, I was naughty, so much so that, like, a family member once advised my mom and my dad to go and get me, like, psychoanalyzed, because they thought like something was wrong with me mentally, you know. I had a mental illness. That's how naughty I was. But, like, I look back at that and I'm like, I wasn't naughty. Like, I just let my intrusive thoughts win. Like, my intrusive thoughts won every day of my childhood. My intrusive thoughts won. And it's crazy because, like, I've never broken anything, but, like, the way I was so unhinged, guys. If my child is like me, I don't know what I'd do. I don't know what I would do. Like, I'm thinking about this one time where, like, we went to the mall. I think I was 6 or 7. I was very young, and I was so intrigued by, like, the statue mannequins. And I asked my mom, like, when we go home and when the mall closes, like, do they also sleep, or do they just stand like this all day? And my mom was like, they stand like this all day, they're not alive. And to me, that didn't make sense, because as a child they look very human-like. And I was like, I think they come alive, you know. They come alive, and then when the mall opens, they, like, go back to their positions like this. So we went shopping one day, and then I went into the display thing where, like, all the mannequins are, and I stood there with the mannequins for what felt like hours. And my mom was apparently going crazy. Like, my mom and my dad were both just like, our child has been stolen. And then I heard on, like, the announcement thing, like, Kalalelo, my surname was Mulifi at that time, Kalalelo Mulifi, your parents are looking for you, blah blah blah. And I was just like, no, I'm gonna stand here, you know. I'm falling asleep with these mannequins today. And eventually they found me, and I remember coming back home and my parents just looking at me like, maybe, like, we got the wrong baby. Maybe somehow, like, they switched babies at the hospital, because this can't be our child. Like, this cannot be our child. So yeah, growing up I was very naughty. And because I was an only child and only everything, really, I think I was spoiled, you know. Like, I got a lot of attention, and being a Leo, that's very important for me. But yeah, I got a lot of attention from family members because, like, I was the only child, you know. So yeah, that's that. And the next one says, I love seeing you happy. Me too. That was such a silly face. I think I'm gonna edit that out. But yeah, me too. Like, I love seeing myself happy. I deserve to be happy, guys. The things that I've been through. Wow. And then the next one says, this one, like, I was really hoping to not get this kind of a question, but when I was expecting it, you know. So this one says, at what age did you discover that you're into girls, and how did people around you receive it, like your friends and your family? So I'm gonna tell you guys a story, né? And you will decide for yourself if that's when I discovered it or not. So when I was in grade 3, there was this girl who, yeah, Like, in my eyes, that girl was an angel, guys. Yo, that girl was, yeah, she rocked me, Shem. Like, from grade 3, from the time that I was in grade 3 until she left the school, she rocked me, you know. And I would just like imagine being her girlfriend and, you know, like hanging out with her, going on dates, buying flowers, like all these romantic things. And yeah, so I wouldn't really say that I discovered at that point. Like, I think discover is the problematic word for me here, because looking back, I would say that, oh, you know, that was attraction. But at that point, like when I was in grade 3, I wouldn't really categorize it as like attraction. I think maybe also because I was young, I don't know. But looking back now, I'm like, oh, you know, what I felt was actually attraction. So yeah. And how did like my family and friends receive it? So let me give you a background, right? How long is this video? So growing up, I was dark skinned, I still am, and fat, right? And yo guys, like, I don't know in what schools did you guys grow up in and stuff, but I feel like being dark skinned and being fat in the 2000s was like being fat and dark skinned in the freaking 1900s, bro. Because like, and with me, it wasn't like to my face, but like microaggressions, like things to let you know that you're not liked because of how you look. Like, people don't even need to know you. They don't even need to know if you're a good person, if you're kind, if, you know, you're thoughtful. People don't need to know that. Like, as soon as they see you, they've already made up their minds about you, you know. So like, that's how I grew up. I grew up like and this is not like in terms of outside my family, like socially speaking. Yeah, like I feel like I was always categorized as unattractive, you know. And because of that, it was really hard for me to be open about who I liked, who I was attracted to, who I had a crush on, all these things. Where like for teenagers, that's like typical conversations, like you know. For me, like having those kind of I would always avoid those conversations and like feel shy to talk about it, because I just felt like no one likes me like that, you know. And even if I liked somebody else like that, I wouldn't want them to know, because I know for a fact that they would like humiliate me for it, you know, because of how I looked. So it has always been very like difficult for me to open up about like people that I like, even to family. Like my family just started seeing me date people in jail. I think they were also shocked. Oh, she has a love life, you know. So yeah, and then bringing that into like the context of this question, nobody could have known that I'm attracted to girls as well, because I've never spoken about it. You know, if tables were turned where like the norm is to be attracted to a woman, and then it's taboo to be attracted to a man rather, it would be like that, where like people wouldn't even know that I'm attracted to men as well, you know, because it's just something that I've never spoken about. So yeah, bringing that into the question again, I think both my family and friends were shocked, you know, just because also dating men is the norm. So yes, and I was raised straight. Like in my family, compulsory heterosexuality is a thing, you know. Like from the time that you're a child, you know, it's like, oh, mahadi, like we're already discussing about mahadi, like, oh, you know, you have 2 degrees now, mahadi ayagodimo. And it's like, okay, you know. So yeah, I think the general emotion was shock. But now I'd say that my friends are like, now my friends have come to me and like been like, oh, I'm really uncomfortable, or like shown me with their actions that they're uncomfortable or anything. Like they seem to be pretty cool, you know. They seem to be receiving it really well. My family, on the other hand, shame, guys, they're so uncomfortable. Hey, my family is so uncomfortable. And I think also it's just like that element of shock, as I said, you know, because I was raised straight, because like we're all heterosexual in the family. It's kind of assumed that you wouldn't date outside, you wouldn't date like within your sex, you know. So yeah, I think they're still shocked. Some of them are still processing it. Some of them are probably just like ignoring it, pretending that, oh, this is not happening. And it is, it's happening, you know. So yeah, that's that. Moving on to the next one, it says, why is friendship so important to you? Right? So guys, let me tell you, when I got this question, I was sitting by myself and thinking, oh my god, like, why is friendship so important to me? Like, damn, this is a deep question, you know. And then a few days later on the group chat, now lady sent this tweet, right? Let me read it. Well, if I can find it. Oh, it says, what's your favorite part of friendship? Let's be cute. I'm not wearing my glasses. And then this person answers by saying, having a group of people who like you for no particular reason other than you are you. Being greeted with incredible amounts of joy every time you show up. Not because you did anything out of the ordinary, but because you are here. The miracle of being loved for merely existing. Guys, and for me, that sums up why friendship is important to me. Like, people just liking you just because. Like, having people that just really like you for you. That's why friendship is so important to me. So yeah. The next one, I'm trying to get back to the questions now. The next one says, what's your view on people? Ooh, let's wait for this car to pass. Okay, so the next one says, what's your view on people that break up after having a child together? So this is not really a get to know me question, but like a more of a what's your opinion question. I'm gonna answer it anyway. Hey guys, know one thing about me. Hey, I'm pro leaving. Like, I'm so pro leaving, you know. In the past, like, I've been in situations where I stayed because I don't know, like, I thought that for some reason it doesn't get as good as this, you know. Like, I don't know, but sometimes, and I think with couples that have children, it's like, oh, we're staying for the child, but like, you're traumatizing that child. Like, you're giving this child a false idea of what love looks like, and when they grow up and they get into the exact same relationship that you are trying to shield them from, you're like, oh, I can see why I tell someone because that's why like, I'm staying for my child. Honestly, you're not staying for the child. That child is gonna grow up thinking that it's right, like there has to be abuse in the relationship because it's something that they grew up seeing. It's normal for them, right? So I think, just if it's toxic, cut ties, be out of there. Just leave it for your child, you know. Give your child the opportunity to have a healthy concept of love, you know. Yeah. The next one says, what made you start YouTube? So when I started uni, that's when I really wanted a channel, and I wanted to start a channel because I wanted to record my university experience so that like I can look back on it when I grad and be like, oh my god, like it's been such a hard journey, blah 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 blah. And again, because of like thoughts of, you know, my university life is boring, like, yeah, stuff like that, I didn't do it. And this year I just thought, as much as, you know, it was my very first time doing post-grad on this level, like doing a master's, I was like, I feel like this is the right time for me to start it so that I can look back on my journey, blah 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 blah. Jinky, the channel isn't even about like uni content, it's just like days in my life, what my life looks like. So yeah, we'll see where the road takes us, you know. hopefully I can do YouTube for a living, guys. Yo, like, ke batla go nna housewife e nang le degree. I wanna be a qualified housewife. I wanna have the choice to be a housewife. I don't want to be a housewife because of circumstances. Yeah. The next one says, what keeps you going? I'm assuming this is like about YouTube. Yeah. What keeps me going is just like overcoming, like the thought of overcoming those thoughts that, you know, I'm not worthy, like I can't have a YouTube channel, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not attractive enough to have one, like, again, my life isn't interesting enough, no one is gonna want to watch this, you know, like, knowing that I overcame those thoughts. Oh guys, I don't want to get emotional, I don't want to like start crying on camera, I find that so cringe. But anyway, yeah, like every time I put up my camera, every time I actually put up my phone to record, like when I can buy tripods, and like when I hear people in my family be like, aren't you gonna vlog this? Or my friends ask me, are you vlogging? Like things like that let me know that, bro, like you overcame those negative thoughts. Like eventually, it took you a while, but eventually you overcame them, you know, you didn't let them win. And honestly, the worst that could happen is that this channel flops, but like at the end of the day, I did get it into a thinking, I did what I want to do, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's what keeps me going. The next one says, who are your best friends? So I have like categories, right? And I like that this person said like best friends, like plural friends, right? So firstly, there's my mom. My mom is my best friend, but like she's like a seasonal best friend, you know, because sometimes you guys know like the dynamics of mother-daughter relationships, you know, and yeah, so sometimes she's my bestie, sometimes it's just complicated. I feel like there's something crawling on me. Yeah. Then my girl. Oh, my girl. Yeah, my girl's my best friend. Like she was my friend before she was my girl, you know, like we were friends before we got into a relationship. So yeah, and hey, if I start about her, I won't stop. So yeah. And then we have the one, the only. That kind of sounded good. I think that sounded good. But anyway, Tlami, aka Ontlametse, girl. Also, before I even get into like the deep stuff, I just need this argument to end here today now. Guys, Ontlametse gave me chicken pox. Ontlametse gave me chicken pox. This story that she's telling people of how she came to my house and I had chicken pox, then I gave her, I don't know where she gets that story. Ma'am, you know you gave me chicken pox. But anyway, you saved my life. Imagine having chicken pox as an adult. So yeah, like, yo, and I miss her so much. Like, yeah, adulting has us by the throat, guys, like by the throat. We really don't talk as much as we used to, but like, yo, one thing that girl will do is to look out for me. Hey, like every time like we're at groove or something, even like before groove time, she'd be like, are you okay? You know, like, are you good? But even at groove, she'd be like, you want to leave? Are you okay? And I'm just like, yeah. Going to the next one before I get emotional. The next one says, more on your relationship. Like, I'm enjoying it. I'm really enjoying this relationship and like who I'm becoming as well. You know, I see a lot of growth in me, like personally I see a lot of growth, and also in the relationship I also see like a lot of growth. I think the one thing that I appreciate, like the one thing that I'm holding on for dear life to, is like the whole thing of accountability. Like we're able to hold each other accountable for certain things, you know, like and also just the element of kindness, because I feel like a lot of people are mean and they hide behind being honest. You know, they say like mean things and they're like, no, but I was being honest, and it's like, yeah, but like manner of approach, you know. So I think for me, the thing also that is really making me happy, I guess, is like the element of kindness in the relationship. So yeah, we'll get happy, guys. I've even gained weight. Like, I've gained so much relationship weight. The next one says, who and when was your first kiss? Okay, I'm just gonna put a disclaimer. Family and cousins, you guys don't need to know this, so you can just like skip over this. You guys don't need to know this information, so you can just do that thing where you tap like this. Fast forward. In terms of like societal standards, yeah, I'm a bit of a late bloomer. My first kiss was in uni. It was in my first year and it was horrible. Oh, guys. Oh, it's, you know, like when something is like so embarrassing that like your mind locks it away like very far, and like every time you try to think about it, like your mind distracts you, like, or you try to distract yourself, like you try, like it feels like something that wasn't even supposed to be a part of your life. To me, that's how my first kiss feels like. Oh, guys, I was hungover, my teeth were not brushed, my breaths, like, do you know that post-alcohol breath, that silata? Oh Lord. Yeah, so yeah, that's what happened. And I don't know who it was with, guys. Like, I'm not even trying to be funny or anything. This is definitely not how I imagined it going and not with who I imagined it with. But anyway, that's what happened, cha. And then the last question, is it the last question? I think so. Yeah, the last question is, when is my birthday? My birthday is on the 21st of August 1998. Leo gang, stand up. Oh, guys, I think God making me a Leo. Oh, if I come back in my next life and I'm any other star sign but a Leo, I'm fighting. Because, and specifically an August Leo, because I don't know if you guys have heard me say this before on my channel, but August Leos and July Leos are not the same. We're not the same. I love them. I love all Leos, but like, we're not the same. So even in my next lifetime, I'd like to be a Leo still. So yeah, guys, that's the end of the video. I wonder how long is this video. That's the end of the video. I hope you know me a little bit better. Some of the things that I said, I feel like are so cringe, and I honestly don't want to edit, like I don't want to over edit this video because I don't want it to lose its authenticity. But I feel like some of the things that I said are a little bit cringe, so I don't know, we'll see. But anyway, if you made it this far in the video, thank you very much for watching the video. Yeah, thank you for watching the video. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Yeah, that's it, guys. See you in the next one.